Lots of WrestleMania 41 plans are allegedly being flipped upside down right now, affecting some big stars, so we'll see what's new there. We'll also check out what's new with Mercedes Mone and much more. Starting things off with this Mercedes Mone post that turned into a jab at WWE. A fan had asked Mercedes during a question and answer session if she could list a talent that she wants AEW to sign to their women's division. Mercedes refused to answer the question because she said that if she lists any names, that the other place, referring to WWE, will rush to sign them all before AEW does. This isn't the first time Mercedes has made this sort of accusation. Back when WWE signed Stephanie McMahon, Mercedes took to her blog to say that she put Stephanie on the map with their match together and how WWE only signed Stephanie because of their match, and she was taking credit for that signing. So this new comment could also be related to how she feels like WWE only signed Stephanie because of her, and no one knows if this is simply character work by Mercedes or if this is her true self speaking. The lines could get a bit blurred at sometimes. But a lot of fans were questioning how could she speak like that towards Triple H and the WWE staff that was always behind her, while other fans agreed with what Mercedes was saying. So there was a big split there with that situation. Now let's get into WrestleMania 41 because the two main event appears to be set. It looks like it'll be Jey Uso versus Gunther for night 1, and then Cody Rhodes versus John Cena for night 2 main event spot. But the big issue here is that there's so many big superstars that still need a match. So where do they all fit in? You got CM Punk, Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins, Drew McIntyre, and more that are all hanging around now without a clear direction. So what's happening there? Well, everyone remembers the Drew McIntyre situation that took place at the Royal Rumble. Damian Priest eliminated Drew McIntyre for the Royal Rumble, and that moment was supposed to serve as a kickoff moment for their WrestleMania 41 program together. But reports did indicate that Drew McIntyre was allegedly furious and did not find that much interest in facing Damian Priest at WrestleMania 41. And you can sort of understand Drew's standpoint here. His last few months have been focused around revenge on his former rivals. He wanted revenge on Seth Rollins, CM Punk, and Roman Reigns. He was trying to convert Seth Rollins to seeing things his way. He was trying to get people to join his cause. So for Drew to abandon everything he's been up to over the last few months in favor of a random feud with Damian Priest that started due to a Rumble elimination, you could see why Drew McIntyre may find that feud to be a little lackluster compared to everything else he's been doing lately. And according to new reports, Drew may end up getting his wish to have a different WrestleMania 41 match after all. The latest report claims WWE is allegedly reconsidering Drew McIntyre versus Damian Priest for WrestleMania 41, because apparently there's some backstage individuals that feel similar to Drew. They feel like he should be in a different, bigger match. So it went from Drew versus Damian being a lock for WrestleMania 41 to that match now being up in the air as they apparently reevaluate the WrestleMania plans for Drew McIntyre. And then getting to the other big names that don't have clear WrestleMania 41 paths right now, you've got CM Punk, Seth Rollins, and Roman Reigns. Now, the initial report about these three was that they'll all be in a triple threat match together at WrestleMania 41. That's why WWE had all that ringside chaos between the three of these men at Royal Rumble, so that they can eventually pay that off with the three-way match between all of them at WrestleMania. Punk hates Rollins, Rollins hates Punk, Roman hates Rollins, Rollins hates Roman. And you got that whole entire dynamic with Roman and Punk where they don't know if they should trust each other or be enemies. Also add in the fact that WWE has credited Seth Rollins with taking Roman Reigns out of action with that post-match attack at the Royal Rumble. So you just feel like Roman has to target Seth Rollins for that once he returns real soon. But reports claim that even this triple threat match is being reevaluated as well, with apparently some individuals pushing for CM Punk to join Night 2's WWE Championship match between John Cena and Cody Rhodes. Maybe Punk won't be victorious in that match, but by taking part in that match and making it a triple threat match, Punk completes his lifelong goal of headlining WrestleMania. If Punk joins Cody and Cena, that leaves an opening in Seth and Roman's match. Maybe Drew McIntyre can step into that spot and make it a triple threat again with Seth Roman and himself. That definitely seems like a more fitting spot for Drew McIntyre, given everything he's said and done in recent months. But reports claim that there's some individuals that are against Punk joining Cody versus Cena as well. So that whole situation appears to be up in the air, but those are some of the major things that are floating around at the moment. Still a lot of weeks to go before WrestleMania, so hopefully we start to see some of these plans get finalized real soon. Nikki Bella made her return to WWE at the 2025 Women's Royal Rumble after 3 years away from the company, and a lot of fans have been wanting to know if that was just a one-night cameo return or if Nikki Bella was doing more than just the Royal Rumble. Well, Nikki's now confirmed herself that she will be doing more than just the Royal Rumble. She actually listed a handful of things that she has on her radar to do. Nikki said that she heard about Chelsea Green's idea to host Divas Only Open Challenge for the Women's United States title, and Nikki said that that idea interests her, and she thinks it'll be fun accepting an open challenge like that. Nikki also said she would like to have Brie by her side to make a run at the tag team titles. The women's tag team titles were being introduced to the company right as the Bellas were wrapping up their careers, so they never got a crack at the women's tag team titles. So Nikki Bella believes there's some unfinished business there for the tag team titles and the Bella twins. And the biggest thing on Nikki's top WWE to-do list was a matchup with Rhea Ripley. Nikki said that she looks at Rhea Ripley as her biggest dream opponent and would love to face her. Nikki says that she could see that feud being built up like her feud with Ronda Rousey back in 2018. She thinks Rhea versus herself is that big of a matchup, and said that she'd love to have Brie by her side even if it's in a singles competition. So we surely have not seen the last of the Bellas, and big plans are still on the way for them. During a recent interview with Witty Witter, Naomi opened up and exposed herself for getting the Usos confused for one another back when they looked identical early on in their WWE careers. Naomi had this to say about how often she got the Usos mixed up for each other. Quote, "Yes, there was one, it was real quick, and I wasn't paying attention. Earlier in their careers, they used to look a lot more alike. Now, they have very distinctive tattoos and stuff, and they look different. There was one time where they were in the hallway, and I was talking to somebody, and I turned around and hit Jey on the behind. I thought it was Jimmy, and they both turned around. They still mess with me about that, and I was so mortified and disgusted." End quote. And Naomi does have a point. If you go back in the early 2010s version of the Usos, it was pretty hard to tell them apart back then. But what are your thoughts on today's stories? Leave your comments below. Don't forget to subscribe with all notifications on, and leave a like if you enjoyed. Thanks for watching, guys.